Okay, today we're going to learn about adding and subtracting decimals. So when we add and subtract decimals, here we have 7 3/100ths plus 33 6/1000ths. What you want to do is rewrite these vertically, lining them up by decimal point and place value. You will also probably want to put the one with the most digits on the top. It's just a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that. There we have it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in 0 placeholders wherever they are needed. So I can see I need one right here, and I can use one right here. That just makes it easier to make sure I'm lined up by decimal point and place value to do my addition. So now I'm just going to add, as usual, from right to left. So 6 plus 0 is 6, 0 plus 3 is 3, 0 plus 0 is 0. My decimal point comes straight down, okay? 7 plus 3 is 10, I write a 0, regroup my 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 0, also 4. So my answer here is 40 36/1000ths. And that is how we add decimals. Okay, here we have subtraction. So we're going to do the same thing. Here, since I'm subtracting, I have to put the biggest value on the top. So I'm going to take 5 6/10ths. I'm going to subtract 1 5/100ths from that. You have to write a subtraction problem the way that it's given to you, 5 6/10ths minus 1 5/100ths. You can't switch the numbers around like you can with addition, because that's called the commutative property and only works with addition. You cannot do that with subtraction. Okay, so I'm going to go in first of all and fill in my 0 placeholder, and I'm going to do my subtraction. So here I cannot take 5 from 0, so I need to regroup. So I'm going to borrow from my 6. This will become a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 0 is 5. Decimal point comes straight down. 5 minus 1 is 4. For an answer of 4 55/100ths. So that is how we subtract decimals. Okay, here we have a word problem. So a CD of classical guitar music contains 5 songs. The length of each song is shown in the table. So you have track 1 at 6.5 minutes, track 2, 8 minutes, track 3, 3 and 93/100ths minutes, track 4, 4 and 1/10 minutes, and track 5, 5 and 5/100ths minutes. Between each song is a 5/100ths minute break. How long does it take to listen to the CD from the beginning of the first song to the end of the last song? Okay guys, let's take a look at this word problem. So we need to figure out how long it is going to take to listen to these songs with that 5/100ths of a minute break in between. So from the beginning of track 1 to the end of track 5, what we need to do is add all these up. So I'm going to take 6.5 minutes, but then there is that 5/100ths of a minute break. And then the next song is 8 minutes. And then there is that 5/100ths of a minute break. Then the next song is 3.93 minutes. Well, I'm just going to move that over so it is lined up. All right, let me fix this up. There we go. That's better. See, it's really, really important that you get these lined up by place value so you don't make any mistakes like that. There we go. Then we have a 4.1 minute song with our 5/100ths of a minute break. And then finally, the last song plays. Now, there's no break after that last song because it's the end. Okay, so now I'm going to fill in their 0 placeholders. Keep this nice and neat. There we have it. And I'm going to go ahead and add these up. So I like to kind of, when you have a big addition problem like this, cross out numbers as you use them so then you know you've used them. And you want to add numbers in an easy, friendly way. So I'm going to start with 5s. So 5 and 5 is 10. And 5 and 5 is 10. That's 20. And 5 is 25. Plus 3 is 28. So I'm going to write my 8 down, regroup my 2, And I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to look for friendly ways to add. So 9 and 1 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Okay, so now I have 6 and 4, that's 10, sorry, 10. And then I have 15, 18, and 8 is 26, plus 1 is 27. And my decimal point comes straight down. So it will take 27 and 7/8 minutes to listen to this CD from beginning to end. Okay? The next question here says that Juan is going to buy a CD for internet music. He downloads the CD onto the disc that can hold up to 60 minutes. How many more minutes of music can he still buy after downloading the CD? Well, I'm going to take my CD that holds 60 minutes. I'm going to subtract the 27 and 7/800 minutes of music that I'm going to have on there already. So I'm going to fill in my decimal point here, my 0 placeholders, and I'm just going to go ahead and do my subtraction. Well, I definitely have to triple borrow here because I can't take 8, 7, or 7 from 0. So 6 becomes a 5. This will become a 10, and then I'm going to have to borrow from it and make it a 9. Then this is going to become a 10, and then I'm going to borrow from that and make it a 9, and this becomes a 10. So 10 minus 8 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, decimal point comes straight down, 9 minus 7, 2, 5 minus 2 is 3. So he will have 32 and 22/100 minutes left on the CD. I hope that's helpful and makes sense for you guys. Okay, here we are. This problem is hot. Remember, focuses on higher order thinking. So they just want us to be analyzing these numbers. So we have 2 and 47/100. We have 9 and 57/100. And we have 7 and 1/10. They want us to write 2 different addition facts and 2 different subtraction facts. Can we do that? Sure. So this is very similar to when you were in elementary school and you learned your fact families. That's exactly what we're going to do here, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my numbers. Well, 7 and 2 usually equal 9, right? And then 9 minus 7 usually equals 2. Well, not usually. It absolutely does. And then you can look at 9 minus 2 and you'll get 7. So these numbers will all flow together very easily. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to take 2 and 47/100. I'm going to add it to 7 and 1/10. I'm going to fill in my 0 placeholder, and I'm going to get 7, 5, bring down my decimal point, 9. There it is. So 2 addition facts, and it equals 9 and 57/100. Now, I'm going to do this another way that I'm going to add. Okay, so I'm going to also take 7 and 1/10, add it to 2 and 47/100. I'm going to fill in my 0 placeholder. I'm going to add. Decimal point comes straight down. Look, I get 9 and 57/100 again. Then, since they also want 2 subtraction facts, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this so I have some more room to work. I'm going to take my 9 and 57/100, and I'm going to subtract 2 and 47/100. Look, I get 7. Oh, that decimal point is kind of floating. I want it down. 7 and 1/10, and that's one of the numbers that we're using. And then I'm going to take my 9 and 57/100, and I'm going to subtract 7 and 1/10. I'm going to fill in my 0 placeholder. And I get 2 and 47/100. So that's all it's asking for, is us to kind of remember those fact families that we learned back in elementary school and rewrite these problems using addition and subtraction to get the same digits. Okay, so that's it for adding and subtracting decimals. I hope that video is helpful to you. You have the Ed puzzle and the formative to complete, which the Ed puzzle is 6 minutes long. The formative is 6 problems, and they should go by fairly quickly for you. If you have any questions, please email or comment in Google Classroom, and we'll be happy to help you. Okay, bye guys.